Hello and welcome to another video, my little chickadees, Edward and William. I think four people have watched each of my videos. Probably there's probably the same person or a bot so far, but it's good because these videos are for you. It's not for the mass public to look over and stuff. And it's been about a year. The last one I did, I think, was on winning friends and how to get on with people, basically, which leads me on to this video. And it's November 2023 at the moment. I can't remember when I did the last one, probably halfway through last year, 2022. And I knew I'd set this up, Peace and Prosperity, for a reason. And I very quickly knew it's for you guys, but I didn't know where it was going to go from there. But now I know, because this week I've had a bit of an intuitive view that I'm homeschooling you now. And I've decided, assuming mummy's happy with it, to take you out of school in September, which is really cool. And there's multiple reasons I'm doing this. It's mainly to spend more time with you, and I don't agree with the current institutionalized school system in general. I never have done, actually. My schooling was private school. It was very good at telling me what to do and teaching me things, which was cool. I went into the advanced GMVQ land and environment at the end of it, but I didn't enjoy being at school. And I have to say, I don't really remember anything I learned. Most of the stuff I've learned, I've taught myself, and within, especially in the last 10 years, reading books, absolutely indulging in stuff, fixing my car, going on YouTube. YouTube's been great help at stuff like that. So, and I could do tons more, especially if I still had a lot of my creativity and lust for life intact. But I'm very quickly becoming an old man. I'll soon be this geezer here. And which is a cool. Did you like the painting? It's cool. £11, £11 in a charity shop, and it's a world famous painter, and it's worth at least 600, probably more. So that's a good find. And yeah, so and if I hadn't gone to the National Gallery every year, I probably wouldn't have been very interested in that. And I love that's exactly the colours and the type of stuff I like. That is just spot on. So yeah, that's one example of self-empowerment, self-development. And your school's okay. It's quite a nice school. The people that go there are a little bit sort of base level human in some respects, but we're all different, and there's no point in judging people because that's the way it is. But we all have autonomy, and every person can make their own decision. And I'm making a decision. Whether society doesn't like it or is scared by my decision, fuck them, basically. And there's a lot about homeschooling that has stigmas, mostly from US films and stuff like that, I think, because that's what I thought. I thought you had to recreate the school at home. I've not done it yet, mind you, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a set routine of some sort. In September, you're going to be at home, but you will choose what you want to learn. Within some respects, each day I'm going to do different types of things. Like we're going to go and do exercise, like go for a cycle ride, that kind of thing. Go out and do activities, sports, and join clubs and talk to people. Find mentors, older people, people your age, people slightly older than you, like teenagers, that can show you things that you're absolutely fascinated and in love with. Like, let's say skateboarding, writing poetry, fixing and building bikes, going through nature and painting, whatever. You can do what you want. It's your life and it's your control to do that. Whereas if you're at school, for example, it's an institutionalized, universal system. What you get taught is basically chosen by a panel of people. They're instructed by the government pretty much what to do. And there's underfunding. The staff are all junior level. They've all come out straight out of university. Some of them are very nice, but they lack life experience. They lack compassion. And also they lack experience in their job. They've not been teachers for 10, 20 years, like some teachers should be, in my opinion. It's the same with a police officer. It's all good with a junior police officer coming in, but they're putting them in high ranking, even like detective after 2-year roles. And they've not lived. They've come straight out of university. They don't have families. They lack compassion. And it's the same for the NHS. They're pulling all these people in from around the world who just couldn't care less. They just want to earn loads of money. And that is not indicative to a healthy society. And it's cracking. A lot of it's cracking. All the institutions, the banks are coming down. And I can see in the future, and it's not good in general. Well, it is good. It has to happen. It's fucking awesome, actually. But I don't want you to be part of that. And the only thing I can see, if let's take away the fact that, oh my God, they're not going to learn what everyone else is going to learn. How are they? They're not going to do their GCSEs. They're not going to get A levels. Oh my God. Let's take that out to start with. Basically, it's you're not going to fucking need it. We've got AI robots all coming up that will be doing all the manual labor and a lot of the even really, really complicated jobs, like even being judges. A decent robot who knows every law in the world, can speak every language, can look through every case study with just like that. They're going to be miles better than a judge. Not miles better, but combined with some kind of a human aspect. I think that the judicial system will be a lot fairer. Let's talk about doctors. So, you could easily have a tricorder like in Star Trek. At home, you could have a robo doctor, AI doctor, who has access to every flipping manual ever done. I can tell you exactly within a very high percentage, let's say an 80% chance, yes, you have pancreatitis. Take this holographic unit through, we're going to download it through, and then it will fix it. It goes into you and fixes your health and stuff. That is, it might be science fiction right now. I'm not so sure actually, but stuff like that is going to come through. Telepathy, 5D ascension, apparently. And I can kind of see that happening actually. So the world's going to change hugely. It's already changed, and I think a lot of people are still stuck in this old system where digitalization just didn't even exist. And the whole schooling system was created actually by the help of Rockefeller, I think, all those big industrial giant tossers that earned shitloads of money, like 1940s and that, in America, basically, to create good factory workers, good clerks, people that can run paper up and down, and and become doctors if they wanted to, if they go up to the higher education realm. And a lot of it, if you look at it on a multi-dimensional level, it's indoctrination into this unilateral control system, let's say Matrix. And that's what it does. It kills creativity. And there's a good TED talk, if you could find it. It's probably pretty old by the time you watch this, called Ken Robinson, How Schools Kill Creativity. And I'm only on this video right now because this happened to me. I was a dumbass. I was scared to do anything when I came out of school or university, everything had to be controlled. I couldn't do that. Oh my God, I'm breaking the law. Whoa, even though it didn't make fucking sense, half of the laws. There are laws to be there, and there is, as I said, a judicial and policing system. But in recent years, that has changed big time in the Western world. And anyone that's from the west of Europe, the Russian areas, they will see that's tyrannical, fascist control measures that are coming in. I'm not going to go on that in this video. I've actually been talking about this in other videos. It's now coming through. It's in reality. So I just want you to watch this, actually. The main reason people do send their kids to school, this is one of the only arguments really I can see, is they won't be socialized. They're going to be weird. Firstly, who cares if you're weird? That's the whole point. Everyone should be different. They shouldn't be made and honed and chiseled into this flipping idea that someone else has created, not on your behalf, but for society's behalf, to keep everyone in order. That's the problem. And people don't realize why they're scared of homeschooling, but that is the key reason. It's the Matrix. And here we go. This guy's, he's a bit ranty and ravey, and he hasn't got children yet, but he makes a lot of sense. Oh, hang on. The issue. Hang on. Oh, what am I doing? I need to share screen. Okay. Right. Wasn't quite ready with that. There you go. Right.
With schools in general is that is a time where for 6 to 8 hours a day, your child is getting indoctrinated into values that are not your own. They're getting indoctrinated into the same values that most of the people of your country have. Now, if you are like 99% of the people in your country, close this video and just go enjoy the school and go send your child there. I think that's child abuse. I'm going to be the first person who's ever fucking said this. I think it's child abuse to send your child to school. I genuinely think it's child abuse, and I genuinely think you should not have children if you expect to send them to a normal school or even to a private school. First of all, are you getting a bit more convinced of my argument here? that at least the social life thing of homeschooling is bullshit. You get your child to go through one book of how to win friends and influence people. You practice it with them because you've read this book. And literally after 3 hours, they're gonna have a better social life than the kids who have been in school. And then you might say, oh, but it's quantity again, like the next the kids every single day, bro. Being in a normal school doesn't just get you like a fast cut to a good social life. People like most of the kids in school are struggling with their social lives. They all struggle with loneliness anyway. So sure, they're next to other kids, but one, all the other kids are brain dead. Two, all the other kids' parents are brain dead. Three, the teacher's brain dead. And four, it's like, sure, you might make some friends in the first few days of the new year, but after that, children really do feel like this level of restriction from being able to speak more and make more friends after that. So most people only ever make up really just a couple of good friends. And usually when you think back to the friends that you made in high school, are you really classing that as like real friends? So what if you homeschooled your children, and in terms of their social life, you taught them great social skills, you took them to all of these sports clubs their age, scouts and everything. I guarantee that your children would be miles ahead socially of everyone. They'd be able to talk to the parents, the adults, and also the children. Your children would be literally the team captains of every sport they wanted to play in. They'd be the ones who are holding eye contact with every adult that they speak to. They'd be the ones having full conversations, like mature, intelligent conversations. So the social life argument against homeschooling is completely outright. Then
it is. Important thing he says actually is having meaningful conversations with adults and being able to communicate with children. I do weddings, and I've done, as you know, I've been doing weddings for 15 years, and I get to see people, and I get to visualize lots of different people from all over the country, all over the world, even come together. And most, if not all of them, have been to school in some way, shape, or form, and hardly any of them, especially a few years ago, had any decent social skills. And a lot of that had a lot to do with these things, devices, and they'd be sat on a device. It's like kind of, even a lot of adults do it. And that's a point actually, because some of the most the children I've seen who've been the most sociable, the most alive, the most creative, the most wonderful human beings have not only been the ones who have probably had a different type of education, maybe, but the ones that have been absolutely had a good attachment by their family, by family values, family, people around them, lots of different people, older grannies, granddads, uncles. Tim down the road, he knows how to build a bike. He can come and help you and mentor you for a day and show you how to build things, that kind of shit. And the people that haven't got attachment are the ones that, like, parents that are on their own, like we were, because the social values are so shit, and we're all busy working, all day, every day in shit jobs. I call them work wankers, and it's a bit judgy of me, but that's all they do. They work. By the time they come home, they got no energy left to actually sit with a child and look at them. And I'm the same. I hide in my office all the time. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing this, to kick myself up the arse and really, really get out the office, be forced by reason to absolutely affect your life. It absolutely massively for forever. This will be huge. And if I affect your life, you're going to affect other people's lives, the people you're around, your own children, other people's siblings, that kind of thing. How cool is that? And you're still going to be able to socialize because you've been at school like 8 and 9 years now. Well, 7, let's say 6 to 7 years. You've got friends. We can still go and see those old friends, but I guarantee you will prefer the people you're meeting when we go to these groups and activities and cool things like, camping in the parks for the day and having a picnic and running around playing games and shit like that, learning stuff as well. Why not? So I see it being awesome, and I'm scared shitless, but I'm absolutely fucking looking forward to it. It's going to be so cool. And one of the greatest things I am looking forward to, which I'm already doing, I've already seen the results, is just us being closer. And all three of you, like, Mummy, William, Edward. And the bonus, which is not something I'm looking at as a major thing, but it's quite important, is we can do what the fuck we like. We can go, sorry for swearing, I'm quite passionate. We can go wherever we want. We can travel the world. You know, from September we can go, right, sod it, let's go. As long as I've got an income, we got enough money, we can go wherever we want. We don't have the school ringing us up saying, where the hell is your son? We need 93% attendance. The government's told us that, because we'll probably get fined if we don't have that, or we'll have resources taken away from us, because they're all assholes in governments generally. Depends on the system. Some governments can probably be good, but they're not good anymore at the moment. It's a slippery slope downwards, and I can't see it reversing. So yeah, but it has to happen. As I said, everything has to break. Institutionalized systems have to go, and free thinking, free thought, just bloody just beard free, you know, liberty, that has to come back. And I don't know if anyone else, and most people in society can't see that. I can, and I want to make a difference. So that's pretty much it, I think. And I'm pretty pleased to use the same book I did in the last video. So that's it. Cool. Well, peace and love, and peace and prosperity. What's the point? And prosperity, I'm going to change from the money side of things to health and well-being, as well as a bit of money. That's always quite cool. Yeah. So I'm going to do a few more videos, and I'm going to use this channel as like a kind of documentary thing for how I'm getting on with the sort of home. I don't want to call it homeschooling. I'm going to change the name. I'm going to make something up. I'm not going to do unschooling, because that's literally just leave your child to do what you want, do what they want, which I don't think would be a very good idea. So I'm going to call it something else. We'll see. Something to do with education. I'll have to get my thesaurus for that one. I'm not that clever. Right. Adios.